Alright, so final boss TARMIEL is here, and you're probably looking for a team that can actually beat the damn thing, or at least beat it faster and get high points. And I'll be demonstrating two teams here. There are basically one for fast clear that also doubles up as a high point, and also one that's like just high point but can achieve higher points easier. So this is the fast team that can also double up as a high point team. Green Galfer, Green Sauriel, Kizuna, and Ban. You can swap Ban for Death Pierce or SR Liz if you want, if you don't have Ban specifically. But Kizuna is really great. If you don't have her worked on, I do actually recommend working on her, but you can also swap her for Green Arthur, although Kizuna is much better. If you don't have Kizuna, I don't know what to tell you. You should be playing the Shield Hero collab that just happened. Green Sauriel is a must. I don't even know how you can beat this stage without Green Sauriel, if I'm being honest. But this team, as you can see here, if you go up on the leaderboards, this is the main team that everyone's running. As you can see, I did get a run, not a 10k run or anything like that, but I tried my best. And then we have the keys in the team right here. Oh, ninth place is pretty good. So how do you beat it fast? Let's first talk about that. You essentially just want to have Green Sauriel do all the work. That's what he's doing here. He's doing all the work. Now I got a extra counter on the first turn, which is great, but I'm gonna actually pretend I didn't, because most of the time you won't. It's a 1 in 6 chance. But here's the first turn. Kizuna ranks herself up, doesn't kill any of the orbs, and then buffs up, and then level 1 Sauriel counter. This level 1 Sauriel counter is really strong. Now you're looking for getting another counter here in the second turn. If you don't get a counter in the second turn, that really sucks. It really sucks. But it's still beatable. So Sauriel is gonna do numbers. Level 1 counter doesn't matter because the attack buff, you have the regular attack buff from the blue card, and you have the attack related stats card or buff from Kizuna going on as well. You might not kill him like I just did, but most of the time you will. So I'm gonna rank up Sauriel and pretend I did not get an extra counter card, because that's only a 1 in 6 chance. But if you do get an extra counter card, just level 3. And then we're gonna buff up Sauriel with Kizuna, just level 1, but that's good enough. A level 2 counter is more than good enough to either wipe this, or at least damage it enough that we can finish the next turn. And if we can get a counter in any of the attacks, even better. This is why Death Pierce is also a great option here, because Death Pierce will ensure at least one of the hits is a crit, and if you crit once, it's a guaranteed wipe. So yeah, you see 229, almost like half his HP right with 1 counter. He's attacking us 3 times. So level 2 counter is more than good enough. But if you do get level 3 counter, even better. Now, how does this double up as a point team? I'm actually going to go do a rerun here and explain this. And then we're going to go over the Goddess team. Because the Goddess team... So we got 4,000 points. 4,000 points should be enough that you get the cosmetic for TARMIEL. But if you want to get, obviously, you know, a higher placement for better rewards, the way to get points in this stage is very simple. You want to kill the orbs as many times as possible. I'm going to try to do a decent run here, but don't promise anything. I have footage of a good run with the Goddess team, which I'll show. Because the Goddess team is only for points. You don't farm with the Goddess team. The Goddess team is awful for farming. So we're going to do the same start, except we're not going to buff with Kizuna. We're just going to counter, because I don't actually want to kill TARMIEL right away. I just want to weaken him. So we're gonna do this. Don't kill the orbs in the first turn. Killing the orbs will give him too much HP. So good, but we're gonna kill him next turn. So you want to soften him a little bit. Although we attacking with Galfer wasn't the best, actually. Attacking with Galfer wasn't the best. Oh, don't kill! Don't crit. Okay. So we soften him a little bit. And then next turn, we are actually going to kill the orbs a little bit more, because every time you kill the orbs, you saw that you get 100 points. So hopefully the first attack won't kill, but the second attack... Oh, I don't want to get the ultimate. The second attack should. Hopefully the first won't. But we're also working on getting a level 3 counter for Sauriel on the meanwhile. Okay, perfect. We did not kill the first attack, but we will kill the second one. That was perfect. I was a little scared that we gave him too much HP by double attacking with the AoEs. I forget that, but it's okay. Okay, I forgot we also lose ultimate gauge. That's fine. So you don't want to level 2 counter turn 1 because you don't want to kill too fast. We're going to actually do this. We're going to level 3 buff with Kizuna. We're going to AoE with Kizuna, hopefully kill the orbs. Again, you want to kill the orbs as many times as possible. But keep in mind, every time you kill the orbs, you are increasing their strength. Now, I'm going to talk about gears after we're done here, because I was actually going to leave the gear talk only for the Goddess team, but we can talk about gears when it comes to this team as well. So with the Galfar team, it's much easier to get level 3 counter than the Goddess team, but much harder to get the points necessary, because the Goddess team... first off, I don't even have the war gear on Kizuna. My Kizuna is as... Oh! So unlucky. He did 2 single targets. Okay, my Kizuna didn't die, thankfully, but when he does that, it can get pretty messy. I'm gonna have to cut the run short here, actually. I got very unlucky on the seed there. You don't want him to do 2 single targets on Kizuna, and Kizuna is always going to be targeted, but you want to do the missions and kill the orbs as much as possible. The missions being the, you know, the things to see under the start thing. So I'm cutting the run short. We're doing a level 3 with Sauriel. We should kill the orbs 2 more times here because they're attacking us twice. And we do a shitload of damage. So at 2.1 million. Oh, don't kill Kizuna, please. No! Oh, no, that's the single target. But okay, crit. No. If we crit Tarmieel, I would do a lot of damage, which is great for points. This is going to be a very bad run because you have to cut short. Yeah, 7.1. It will still get you, like, pretty good placement. 7.1k. I wish I could actually see how much, what that would get me, right? 7.1k. But it should be, I don't know, maybe like top 5%. It's still very good. The key is killing those orbs for points and as many times as possible. Now, gear-wise, Sauriel needs attack crit for points. You want to, you know, kill them. So you need attack crit. My Kizuna here has someone else's HP defense, so irrelevant. But if you want the most points, you should give her your war gear. I personally did not. Galfar's HP defense, Bond's HP defense, Link's melee his attack, HP defense, HP defense, HP defense. Card size just nothing, it's just this. But if you want maximum points, I can't personally work on the best card set. It's this one, which just give you more more stats, I think, or more damage, and obviously do the missions. But let's talk about the Goddess team, because the Goddess team is the main one for points. Goddess, the gear is very similar. Liz will go with HP defense. Sauriel goes with attack crit. Margaret HP defense, Bond HP defense. Attack crit only on Sauriel. Then red Sauriel link on Liz for the most damage possible for her, because you want her to kill those orbs. And then HP defense on this Sauriel, because you want her to have the most HP possible for her AoE. Attack, HP, and then HP. Again, gear set, the card set, irrelevant. Attack food, you want to make sure that these 3 are the selected ones. You're never going to ult because he lowers your ultimate gauge. So the 20% from not ulting is great. 8 turns. You want to kill those orbs as many times as possible, and you also want to end it at the 8th turn to make sure that you actually get this rule. That's where I messed up. I actually think, we're going to look over my footage, I did not end on 8 turns because it took too long. And then this one is just like not use Lolly Merlin, I think. That's, you know, a given. And then this one's not use food, so we're going to be actually using food. So let me go over the footage of the Goddess team to show, you know, the points and stuff like that. So this run is actually pretty decent, but I did mess it up. And we're going to be talking about where I messed up. Again, I think it took too long. We're going to be seeing at the end, but I just didn't do all of the missions. You want to read up those missions and make sure that you complete those. Because I played the game in Japanese, and my phone is out of battery, I couldn't translate the missions. But essentially this is the opening turn. Put on a counter for Sauriel, blue card for Margaret, and you AoE with Margaret. You don't want to kill the orbs on the first turn, because that will give him stats, and you do not want that. So Sauriel is gonna, you know, soften Tarmiel a little bit with the counters, but not kill. The killing blow is on the following turn, when you AoE with Liz and Sauriel to make sure that you kill the orbs twice, and you also kill Tarmiel. Unfortunately, I did not get 2 AoEs for either Liz or Sauriel, so I had to single target. That's also not good. It will get me a little less points, because you want to kill the orbs at least twice, and one of the orbs does... Yeah, I don't even kill the orbs twice, I only kill them once. So, a bit unfortunate with the points, because I would have got a little bit more, like I would have got like 200 more if I actually had gotten an AoE for Sauriel, but it's okay. Your objective on the second phase is, again, do as many AoEs as possible to kill as many orbs as possible. Do not focus on only one orb, because the more times you kill the orbs, the more stats they get. And one time, I got the orb to get like 200,000 attack. You don't want that. You do not want that. They will one-shot you. So you saw I did a mission there, and you want to complete the missions, of course, under the 8 turns, but don't focus too much on Margaret's blue card. You don't need a level 3 blue card for her. What you need, though, is a level 3 counter, and that's where the RNG is painful. It took me 7 runs to get a level 3 counter, and it's annoying as hell. So, again, you want to be, you know... So I actually target Tarmiel specifically because you do not want to focus on a single orb. Even though the left orb does give you stats, it's better that you don't. So again, do the AoE. And then I single target Tarmiel specifically just to waste a card. You want to make as much space as possible. And the moment I had like 3 counters there, because I have a level 3 and level 1, that's 3. I was like, okay, easy. I got the counter. It's going to be so easy. And I didn't get a counter for him again in like, I think 4 turns. So it can be pretty annoying. But that's your focus. You're focusing on killing the orbs while chasing this level 3 counter for Sauriel that eventually you get. Now, keep in mind, when the orbs ult, and this was very unlucky for me because this orb decided not to ult on this turn, which is very unusual. When the orbs ult, they remove stances. So you can actually use a level 1 stance if you just don't want one of your units to die. But keep in mind that when they ult, they remove a stance. So I got very unlucky here because if I had actually got a level 3 counter next turn, which I didn't because, you know, Lamau, I would have been able to use level 3 counter because the orb decided not to attack or not to ult. That was very strange. But still fishing for the level 3 counter. I got a level 3 for Margaret, which is great because that gives stats, so that's more points, but again, I did mess up, so. That was the fault of, again, the game. I killed the orb a few times now. It's very strong. You see how much damage it does? The game just didn't give me the counter for too long. And I got kind of messed up on that. But it's okay. We only need one more counter, and look at my hand. I only have counters in my hand. Obviously, next turn, I would have to be incredibly unlucky to also not get a counter next turn, right? You would be right. I would have to be very unlucky to not get a counter again when the only cards in my hand really were just counters. Thankfully, I think he removes the ultimate gauge from Margaret. Like I said, you can't really ult on this stage because he keeps removing your ultimate gauge. And then I get a counter, I believe. I also got an attack for Margaret. That was the priority. You saw that. And then I cleanse one more time. And then I counter. I think I didn't cleanse enough debuffs. I need to check them. It's in Japanese. It's in Japanese. You will see in English. Much easier for you. Sauriel gets a kill on this orb, which is nice. Another 100 points. Again, then you want to accumulate those kills. Boom. Also, killing the left orb and finishing with the most stats possible by killing the left orb over and over again is great. But you also gotta keep in mind that won't be always possible, right? Because he also taunts. So that was my run. Oh, I did actually do 8 turns. I just didn't do the missions. Yeah, I missed 2 missions, which was very unfortunate. because that would have actually been a 10,000 run if I didn't mess up the missions. But that's the team. That's how you do it. It is, I think, pretty annoying to do this because of the RNG, but it is the best team. Personally, if you don't care for getting 10,000 points, stick with the keys in the team, and you will get enough points that you will get good rewards. Like, I'm top 1% of 8,000, which is not, you know, amazing points or whatever, but it will guarantee me the max reward, which is all that I really care about. And the max reward is like, what, 3 more SSR pennants in top 10? If your keys in the team can allow you to get top 10%, that's more than good enough. So I hope that helped. If there is a way to beat this without Green Saurio, I'll post a video about it, but honestly, I have not seen anyone beat it without Green Saurio. In the challenge mode, hell mode is possible, but challenge mode is crazy. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that.